Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Logan with All Paths Taken. This is part 3 of the 100% walkthrough of Bloodborne. Last time we conquered Old Yharnam and melted the blood-starved beast, which was absolutely wonderful. In this episode, we are heading into the next part of Cathedral Ward. I'm going to show you where to get your first umbilical cord, your first Carol rune, and find some new terrifying enemies. As always, we're going to go for a full completion, so every item, every secret, and every boss. So grab your weapon of choice, and let's continue the hunt. Now, I will say we're starting in the dream instead of standing at Cathedral Ward for a couple of reasons. Just a couple things I might not have said from the last episode. Number one, put your armor back on. You don't need that anymore. And honestly, if you want to sell that and any of the armor pieces that you're not going to use, you are more than welcome to. Just the couple things you don't want to sell. You don't want to sell the ritual bloods. If you are switching to a new weapon eventually, you want to have 16 bloodstone shards, so all of the other ones you can sell. If you're not going to use these weapons, you do not need them. You can sell them. Same with the torches, but if you want to leave them until the end of the game to make sure you did in fact pick up every single weapon and you don't have to do that last second, oh god, did I go grab it and run back to do it? That's a good choice as well. You can sell the duplicates, so you could sell the gloves and the legs of the hunter set. You also got the charge set and the foreign set. Again, if you're not going to wear them, sell them. It's a good way to get a lot of extra levels. Same with any blood gems that you're not going to use or any items that you're not going to use, because there's not a lot of important items that we have as of the moment. The next thing I want to mention is on your quick items menu, your beast blood pellets, fire paper, and antidotes. Just take everything off of this because I can't tell you how many times I've accidentally hit square and ended up using my beast blood pellets, which is a very limited resource in the early and mid game. So make sure you take those off at a minimum. We're going to eventually get another badge here in this episode where we'll actually look at getting fire paper more readily available. Now, since we did kill Jura in the last episode, if you have not done that yet, the Ashen set will not be there for you to purchase with Insight as well. This is a pretty good armor set. You're not really going to face too much slow poison in this game, and the rest of the game, so don't worry about that. But it's pretty good defenses all around. It is very weak to Arcane, I believe. Or which one was it? Fire, because it's more beast related, and thrust damage is also not very good. But if you look at the frenzy resistance and the beasthood, that is some of the highest in the game. So if you are terrified of getting frenzied, slap this puppy on and you won't have to worry about it. Same thing with beasthood. If you want to see as much damage as you can possibly get, I highly recommend you use this set. The set we're rocking right now is actually pretty good as well, because we got 58 and 56, so we're almost at that cap of frenzy. Same with the Ashen set, and Beasthood, we're a little bit below it, so it's not going to be too noticeable. If you're trying to get like as godly powerful as you want, then yeah, you should probably use that stuff. Now, we're going to head into Cathedral Ward. So, there might not be a boss fight in this episode, because I want you to get to the point where you are absolutely stupid strong before you fight Vicar Amelia. So we're going to find as many upgrade materials as we can. If our weapon is at +5 and you want to go fight Vicar Amelia, you are welcome to. But I personally like doing it at +6 because then it's literally just a punching bag and the boss gets completely destroyed and demolished, and it is wonderful. If you don't want to do that and you want to make it harder, by all means, fight the boss whenever you're ready, because once we start going, it'll be pretty simple. Hey, if you're enjoying the run, make sure to subscribe to my channel, All Paths Taken. I cover every secret, every boss, and every hidden path, so you never miss a thing. Because here, we don't just play the game, we take all paths. So be sure to subscribe right now. Alright, just took a sip of my drink. Now we can start running. So we're going to run through the elevator on the right. This door unlocks now that we've killed a blood-starved beast. If you did the Hunter Chief emblem, this door would still be remaining locked until you beat blood-starved beast, just so you are aware. So we're going to hop up the elevator. We are going to roll outside this window. If you are playing online and you invite a friend, this is the area where the Bell Maiden will be at. I think she'll be right down here for you to kill. But why we come up here is because we want to get another ruin. Now, if I might be wrong, but you might be getting a trophy for this, because this is one of the higher levels of the, it's like a higher ranking ruin, because it's very lit up, it's very colorful, so it's a little bit better and brighter than what one we're going to get here in a little bit. So you might be getting a trophy for that one. If not, it's going to be one later in the game. And the Festival Urn, I can't remember if that is also a tool or not. I think it's just a key item. I don't think that matters. So don't worry about it, but now we're going to have to go back up that elevator, so don't run into the giant pit, because there is no bottom to that. You will fall to your death. So get the elevator coming back down, and then this time we're going to take it all the way up. And we're going to get surprised by a dude in a wheelchair who's got a Gatling gun, but before you run out there, send it back, because we will need to come up this way again eventually. And if you die, it's just a little bit faster, so you don't have to worry too much about anything else. Now again, those guys always drop quicksilver bullets, so if you are running low, by all means, kill him. And now, see, this is what I was meaning when I said we're going to get a ruin that's a little bit weaker. So if we look at this, see how it's very faded and it's just barely there? This is like the lowest level of the ruin, where this would be like the mid-level or the highest level, depending on how deep you go into the chalices. Because the chalices, every icon or ruin that you see will have a gold color or a gold version of it. That is the highest level of that situation. Now, before you run in here, you got several enemies to kill. I recommend waiting for Shield Boy to come out here a little bit, so you don't get shot when you try to beat him. See, you just saw a bullet come, almost smoked me, because we got a guy right here on the inside of the door. Again, you can whack that guy. Hopefully he will just come out the doorway if he figures out how the doors work. Doesn't look like it. So you can kill him, and then we want to immediately go for the guy with the gun, and then you want to roll to safety or dash to safety, so you can redirect positioning and get in a better spot where you're not going to get hit like I did. Alright, more bullets. That's a rare drop for those guys. I normally get blood from them. Now this chest, relatively missable, but we get a blood gem for our pistol. If you upgrade your pistol to +3, right now I have it at 0, you will be able to put in a blood gem for your gun to do more damage. You don't really need to do that to play the game. However, you are welcome to. It's not the end of the world if you do that. Ow. Now, once you kill these two guys, there will be a troll coming in. Make sure you shoot him, because sometimes he will just back out of the room, even if he does see you. But if you shoot him, it'll always draw him close, so you can just take him out right away. Or you can run and fight him, but just know if you run and fight him, he's probably going to do an attack, you're probably going to get hit, and it's not going to be a pleasant time. Now, there are two dudes over there that have big shooty sticks. I do not recommend going that way, because you will get shot. I recommend going to the right, so you don't get shot. Then you can climb up the ladder without any hassle or any issues. When you get up to the top, we're going to go around the edge to grab some cold blood. Beauty. And then we're going to go back into the room that we passed. There will be two wheelchair guys with flamethrowers and a guy on the left that has a sword or a saber. He's hiding by these coffins. By the time you kill everybody, that third one should just be coming down the stairs, and you should be able to do it no hit. This is also how you get to an optional area or a secret area that's containing a couple bosses. It's called Upper Cathedral Ward. We will not be able to access that area for a very long time of the game. We got to get all the way through Rom and into Yahar'gul, the Unseen Village, in order to get it. But this badge is going to allow us to purchase fire paper. So now when we come back into the dream eventually, to level up after we grab the doll set, after we grab our umbilical cord, then yeah, you'll be able to spend your insight and buy a boatload of fire paper. Ouch. Rude. Alright, grab those bullets, grab the cold blood. Now we got nobody left to kill, and we're just going to run all the way down here. Now, if... That's not the right button. If you have Molotovs, make sure you put them back on. We're going to run this way out the door to try to fight and burn this little crawly boy. Beauty. So we can get our next upgrade, Twid Bloodstone Shards. Now, a lot of people forget that that one is there, but you definitely can get it to get your weapon a little bit closer to +5, +6, a little bit earlier. Now, I will tell you that I am not going to get all of these items because that just takes way too dang long for recording. But there are 2 other items. I believe they are both Madman's Knowledge, so it's not incredibly important if you get them. You do not need them. You get well into the hundreds in this game without picking those 2 items up. So all we're going to do is see this little square, this little 2-sided square, one here, there's a second one, and I guess that little beam is the 3rd square. All we're going to do is fall down this little spot. But before you do, make sure you do not have 4 weapons equipped here. For some reason in the game, while there's no specific weight stat saying that this is how heavy you are, there is that hidden mechanic in the game. So if you walk off the edge with all these weapons, you're going to take a considerable more amount of damage when you fall onto this little platform. Along with that, if you are still at your base stat of health because you've just been pumping damage, you want to heal before you get all the way to this secret door. Otherwise, you will die. Now, we're going to open the door, and this is going to be a major lore spot of the area. It is our Hunter's Workshop, the abandoned old workshop, but it's the exact same as in the dream. It's pretty cool. It's got the same layout, same building. There's a little chest where our fountain is in the dream, and it contains our doll set. This set, I do not recommend you just hang on to. I recommend you sell it. It is 35,000 echoes, and honestly, it sucks. Look at how terrible the defense is. Look at how terrible all of the things are. Like I said with slow poison, there's very little slow poison in the game. Just sell it. It'll make your life a lot easier. This is one of our hunter tools, the old hunter bone. It basically gives you more iframes on the dodge. And here is finally our first umbilical cord. So you need all 3 of these in order to trigger the secret final boss of the game. But you cannot just have them in your inventory. You do have to use them. I highly recommend you save them till the end of the game so you can use all 3 of them at the end, and then you're not playing the guessing game of did I do it? Did I not do it? That way it's in your inventory and you already know. Now, you can hit the lamp. You do not need to. Because if you die, this lamp is kind of out of the way and there's nothing really around it. So if you die, you're going to have to come here and then start all over again. And I'm going to show you a way to get down where you won't die. It'll be pretty easy to do, and you're going to have the least amount of damage taken. So coming back the way you came, you are going to walk onto this platform, and then the long platform next. Do you see those platforms over there? We are going to walk off the edge over that way a little bit and roll off, so pay attention. You're simply rolling off the edge like so. It is pretty straightforward. Then we fall down, and boom. Little to no damage taken. Now, for Big Boy here, all we're going to do is walk up. And if you're a strength build, remember, charged R2 into charged R2. Skill builds, charged R2 into visceral attack. And boom, he dead. So this rune is very helpful because it'll boost our transformation attacks. So essentially it makes us more beast-like, and basically it just gives us an even bigger bar, and it allows that bar to fill up just a smidge faster. Now, this is a hidden area of Central Yharnam, or not Central Yharnam, Cathedral Ward. Here's how we are going to go through it. We're going to take a left down this little path. We're going to kill the crows. Grab another armor set. It is just the citizen's set. All you're going to do is kill the dog next. And then we're going to turn back around. And this is our new terrifying enemy of the game. I say terrifying because that bag is full of dead bodies. And if you die to this enemy, you get taken to a new area. It is an area, honestly, you are not ready for. So if you die, just understand you have to run through everything we just did to get back to this point. If you do not want to fight him, then don't fight him. You can just run to the elevator. There is an elevator right over there through those steps, and you're good to go. However, I am going to fight him. And you can walk up and visceral attack him. However, if you do that, you're most likely going to aggro other enemies. Or if you're doing this, it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. He does get aggressive, but he can be parried. All you got to do is walk up again, hit him with a visceral, back away, stay in the alley, because if you go out into that alley, all of the other enemies are going to be there. Ow. I'm stuck. I might die. No! Well, there we go. Alright, well, that's fine. I'm glad this happened because I want to show you guys how to deal with this situation. I was going to do it much later in the episode or just do it in a separate episode, but that's perfectly fine. So we're not going to switch and just go. I'm going to show you everything in the next area that he's taking us to now. I'm going to simply show you how to get out so we can continue everything that we have already done. Again, I'm not going to show you the cutscenes. We are now in Yahar'gul, the unseen village. You can grab the items if you want. There's no enemies going that way, so if you do want to venture that way, you are welcome to, but I am not. I'm going to simply run up the stairs and grab our lamp. Not even going to kill the beasts that are over here that could drop twins, because I want to save it for our own separate episode. Again, we run up the stairs, and here is our lamp. If you did not have that enemy kill you, and you never died, this lamp becomes unavailable later in the game when you are in Yahar'gul, the unseen village, like after you beat Ram. So, not the end of the world that happened. Do we have cold blood to level up our weapon? We do. Or do I not have enough twins? I do not have enough twins. That sucks. Alright, so you can see this is our stone that we're normally at. This is the stone that has Hypogean Jail. Okay, it's not a good idea to go through that right this second. It's better to go through with your weapon leveled up to +4, 5, or 6. That way you can do a heck of a lot more damage. Now, we are going to head back through the elevator. I'm going to show you how to get there speedrun style. So if you do die, it'll be a very quick, easy run for you to do where you will not get hit by anything. It's just going to be real simple and straightforward. There's no trickiness to it. You just run up these stairs. You fall down the little ledge. Easy peasy. If you land on that rock, you don't take as much damage. But again, it's not that big of a deal. We fall down this little corner. Fall down the next spot. Heal again. Again, if you do have that lamp for the abandoned workshop, you are smarter than me. But if not, no big deal. I'm showing you how to do it. It's pretty simple and straightforward. Now, that dude is a permadeath. Anybody who drops a ruin like that is permanently dead. So you do not need to worry about it. Alright, so same thing. We're going to go this way. We're going to kill the dog. And as you know with Bloodborne, you have to kill the enemy that took your stuff in order to get it back. I'm very happy that the dog is what took it, because if it wasn't the dog, that was going to be a lot harder to figure out, especially if it was this dude. Because this dude is tough. So all I'm doing is waiting for those enemies to disappear a little bit, because I do not want to aggro them. And now I think I'm going to try to... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, here we go. Molly, you would run after me. So you can parry these guys. It is highly recommended that you parry. Oh, that was the punch, dude. That was the move. Why are you screaming? Oh. He does have a jump attack that you want to be ready for. It is a parryable attack, but it is something that I do want to make known. Oh god, that just almost made me poop my pants. Whoo! And boop! Got him! Alright. Now, You don't have to kill them. I will say that. You can just run away from them. But they do drop bloodstone shards, and they do drop twin bloodstone shards. So if you are interested in upgrading your weapon further without getting all of those weapons or trying to find more twins so you can get to them faster, that is one thing you can do. Can't remember. Is this an NPC? Nope, not an NPC I bring. It's just lore. Alright, so if we come this way, we have a couple of dudes to kill. Again, I wanted to kill these guys first, or these guys second, because if you try to kill these guys first, the bad guy will start following. It's very rare that I've ever had him stay there, so I recommend killing him first. It does leave you in a tight alley, but if you're playing with the saw cleaver, or excuse me, the saw spear, it is a much easier way to deal with the situation, because instead of fighting a bag dude and multiple enemies, you are just killing the bag dude. And one parry, or if you're really sneaky, you can backstab him, and then visceral attack, and then once he's done, he'll stand up. He might do one basic attack that he has, but if you hit him one more time before he does that, he'll stop and stand there and buff himself up and scream, which will allow you to visceral attack him again. This guy, however, absolutely sucks. So, we want to trick our saw spear. If you have the threaded cane and it is upgraded, that is also an exceptional weapon to use. We want it to be a thrust weapon, because these guys are incredibly weak to thrust. So now, all we're going to do is walk up to him, and charge R2, back away, and charge R2. Or a nice little poke. Whoo! Dude, why are you spreading eagle for the camera? Ew. Gross. But those things suck. You don't want to fight them very often. Honestly, if you have a weapon that doesn't take, the crescent gems, or the waning gems, yeah, don't go get it. It's not worth it. It really isn't. It's not worth it. Those guys are terrifying. One of the most terrifying enemies in the game. They sound horrifying. They're just gross to look at. They're basically Cthulhu creatures. Ugh. But we have finally made it behind Cathedral Ward. There's a gate right over here. This leads down to the church that we were at. So that's where we're going to head next. If you want to level up, now would be the exceptional time, as we just kind of got to the back half. We have officially opened the gate. Again, if you struggle parrying, these are the guys that you want to fight, because as soon as they attack, you can visceral attack them, or, you know, get shot like me. There we go. Boom. Bingo, bango, bongo. He gone. Alright. So, they are dead. We grabbed the wooden shield. Trying to think, is there any other items over here? Yes, there is. There's one item. We have a ladder here that we're going to take. Is there an enemy that saw me? Yep, those two guys. We'll come back and kill them later. So, we're going to run up here, grab some numbing mist, and then we're going to come down this little edge. If you walk off... Oh, JK, there's no ledge there. I thought there was. I'm thinking of a different one. But now from here, I believe, yep, there is the item. I was one ledge off. Alright, so from here again, we're just simply going to fall down onto the ledge. And now we can fall down to the steps. And we have a couple enemies left to kill. We have a crow. That's right here. We got a dude. And if you want to, you can fight another bag dude over there. So if you want to go to Hypogean Jail early, you can walk out of Cathedral Ward, and you can go say hi to that dude. Okay? He is guarding a madman's knowledge. Oh, well, since he saw me, I guess I'm going to fight him. But if you want to fight him, you can. If not, you can go back and level up. Since I'm right here, and we're going to spawn in the lamp right next door, it's not that big of a deal to fight him now. So we parried him. He's going to probably do one more attack. Now he's angry. Walk behind. Visceral. With a charged R2, and either another charged R2, or a charged R2 and a visceral. That is the best way to take them out. Alright, so we got every item in the first half for that hidden area of Cathedral Ward. Now, over here, if you had the Hunter Chief emblem and you used it on that gate on the other side, like there's that little area that we walked through. That's the area to go to Old Yharnam. That's the area with the giants, right? So if you go up those stairs and up to the gate over there, there's going to be, and you use the Hunter Chief emblem, there's going to be Eileen the Crow standing right in front of us for us to talk to. But we're going to head back to the dream, and we will go level up. So I will see you in a minute. Make sure you sell the doll set so you have a boatload of levels to put into your character. Alright, hopefully you leveled up. As of right now, this is what my stats are. I have 20 vitality and 30 skill. I have not upgraded any other levels. If you wanting more endurance, that's fine, but honestly, you don't, with the Saw Spear, you don't need any more endurance other than 12 to 15. There are also ruins later that you can put on that will affect your stamina. If you're looking at health, if you're someone who's more like, I don't want to die, then they should be switched. So you have 30 vigor or 30 vitality with 20 skill. That is also a decent number, or 25, 25, whatever works best for you. So you keep those two stats the highest. But now we are going to go run through the rest of the level. We have already killed all of these dudes, so you don't need to kill anybody if you don't want to. We do need to kill these two guys, though. And that's not that big of a deal. Ouch. Rude. Ouch. Rude. Alright, so we do have to kill them because they will always come follow us. Now we're going to run this way. And we're going to go up the steps here because we're going to grab some cold blood. Then we have a big scythe dude, which is pretty sweet. I like this guy a lot. Ouch. Then we're going to have two guys coming up. You can grab these blood vials if you want, or you can wait. That is perfectly fine either way. You do want to retreat. As you can see, we got two guys coming up, and we got a giant. I don't really know about you, but I don't want to fight the giants. The giants are a little hard, especially when they got the enemies right with them. Ooh, I forgot they'll have that. So if you don't want to deal with Spammer McGee over there, spamming magic, you are welcome to get rid of some of your insight by buying armor or by buying fire paper. That will be a good thing. I think it's around when you have 15 insight, enemies will have like new moves, or they'll spam magic, or they'll have other nonsense for you to do. But before we go down to fight the giant, we want to walk up and backstab this dude. This dude is probably the most annoying big hat man in the game. Because it doesn't matter where you stand over this area, he's going to try to shoot you, and it's not very fun. Now, when you go fight this guy, if you want to fight him now, you can. Or you can backtrack and go kill the dog. Because if you get too low, the dog will see you, and he will charge you. I'm going to try to stay on that middle platform, so he won't really be that big of a problem. So, we can run and jump off. And charge. Oh, that was a big move. Good job, dude. I'm proud of you. Now, this move is excellent because we want to target that bone so we can get a visceral. Let me get the visceral. There we go. Holy cow. Excellent. So, on those big slams, again, I don't know if I mentioned this in the previous episode. They have a big bone that slits out of their legs, and I know you couldn't see it very well from that angle because we were on the stairs, but there's more trolls or giants over there. I'll try to show you what it looks like in a little bit. So that we kill our dog. Oh, excuse me. Grab some cold blood. Now we're going to open up the next gate. And now, if I remember correctly, Eileen the Crow should be there because we did get to this area of the game. Now, we are going to grab Madman's Knowledge, more Madman's Knowledge, and even more Madman's Knowledge. But I'm going to have to take care of this bad boy because he's wanting to fight me right now. Are you going to do your big slam, or are you just going to stand there like a doofus? No, you're just going to try to hit me and fail miserably. Got it. Alright, so we got blood from that dude, and we got more Madman's Knowledge. Was that all of them over here? Yes, it was. Now, we can run over to the gate. You do not need to go on the other side yet. And you can easily grab the thick cold blood. Now, there's one other lumbering giant. We don't need to kill it yet. We can come this way. And we're going to open the gate. This is the gate that the Hunter Chief emblem opens. And we have one other big hat guy. Honestly, I do not recommend killing it. Because we want to grab this. And the fire is ridiculous and annoying. So it is up to you if you want to deal with him. I'm going to... Oh my god! Whoo! He did not stagger! Wow! I am impressed. Oh my god. You see why that guy's like one of the guys you don't want to kill? Because if you don't have high health, you're dead. Whew! That gave me a heart attack, man. So once we grab that, we're not going to go down that side yet. We're going to get some other items that are up here. Oh, the crow dropped some pebbles. Okay. So, we're going to grab more Madman's Knowledge, and even more Madman's Knowledge, and we're going to fight the last troll. So, that's the move. You could probably... No, I don't think you could see it. Damn it. Let's say you could probably see his leg all weird and janky, but it pops out of his knee on this side of his body. So, when you see that big slam, you want to get behind him, and then try to do as much damage as you can on that area. Now, before you go through these doors... There is a brain sucker. I, again, do not recommend fighting these guys if you have a saw cleaver. But if you have the saw spear, you are golden. All you're going to do is run this way first. It completely ignore all of your problems, just like me. And you're going to run and grab a couple of items that we need. This is probably the best blood gem in the early and mid game. It is a tempering blood gem that gives you extra damage at full health. And just extra damage in general. But we're going to grab those two items. Come back this way. If you want the item that's in here, fine. It is shining coins. They are useless. They're basically nothing. Can I throw the molly on the crow? Thank you, game. Why is somebody trying to shoot me? So let him come. That is a grab. Again, you're just going to do pokes. Pokes work best. That's the R2 attack on the saw spear. And there you go. Done. Easy peasy. Now, we have our twin bloodstone shards. If you want to go back, because you're going to be doing a lot more damage, I recommend it. That's what I am going to do right now. So, you can either use a bold hunter's mark, or you can run like I'm doing. I'm just going the opposite way to make sure you guys know this is where the Hunter Chief emblem goes. And when we get back to Cathedral Ward, you will be able to see Eileen the Crow just chilling there next to the wall. Alright, so we're back in the cathedral. Nobody's going to be able to come in. And if you want to talk to Eileen the Crow, she is right there. We will talk to her in a little bit. But I'm going to head back, upgrade my weapon, because we have enough to get our weapon to +4. I'm going to put the better blood gems on, and we will be all good for the next part of the level. Alright, you gotta die, lady. You gotta die. So we're gonna come over here. Fortify the saw spear to +4. We're gonna switch out our tempering blood gemstone 1 for tempering 2. Excellent. That is maxed out as of the moment. Since I have 15 insight right now, I'm also gonna max out on fire paper. I'm just going to put in 4 as of right now. If I put in any more, there's a chance that I could lose some stuff. If I wanted this armor set, that is also a perfectly good thing to do. But I like this fashion, so that's what we're doing. Alright, now we have 9,000. We also have all of the cold blood, so make sure you use those as well. And remember, whatever you don't use to level up, put it towards blood or bullets. Alright. It's so weird for me being this strong. I'm not used to being this strong. I think we're good on both, honestly, but I'll get bullets. Alright. Now, back to Cathedral Ward we go. Alright, so to get back to the area that we were at, the fastest way is to now go to the left. And we're going to take the big staircase all the way back up to the location we were at. Cathedral Ward is one of the bigger areas of the game because of all of the winding paths that it can take and the other areas that it leads to. So, we might not get to Vicar Amelia. It depends on how many times I die in this area. But now we're going to take a left because we got this hidden path down this way that we want to do. We don't have to worry about Flamethrower McGee. We just need to kill this dude because the Flamethrower guy is going to go away eventually. Oh man, he didn't drop anything? That sucks. And this is a very valuable item, poison knives. They help us kill some bag dudes if you're not very good at fighting them. Now, if you're looking for NPC quest lines to do, I believe there are 2 NPCs we can talk to here. Let me see. Yeah, this lady. So if you want her, all you gotta do is send her to Cathedral Ward. You just gotta talk to the peddler, the dude that's in the church already, the creepy guy that doesn't like move, who's possessed by Udin. But that's an issue for lore. Then you got a couple guys on each side. They are hidden by the walls. If I remember correctly, there's also a bag dude down here somewhere. But I could be wrong. Oh, the church set. I forgot about this garb. It's been so long since I've tried to get it. So, this dude hits like a truck. Don't ask me why this dude hits so much harder than any other beast man. But this dude hits ungodly hard. Okay, Bullet Boy, give me a sec. Alright, so this dude is dead. Oh god, I almost got shot. Isn't there a bag dude? There's no bag dude? What the hell? I'm in the wrong area then. Oh, I know. I am thinking of the, what's it called? The area we were in earlier in the video. Where he's in that little alley. So, now, that dude sees us. He's not going to alert everybody, but the dude with the torch is. So we want to wait for a torch boy to move a little bit farther away so he's not going to see us when we run up. But we're going to run up. We're going to come over here. Oh, he saw us. Dang it. We want to kill those two. Oh, good. He didn't alert everybody. So if he alerts everybody, honestly, I'd recommend you just go by the stairs and tunnel them to make sure that you don't, you know, die a horrible death. Now, from here, if you want to just run through the ladder, you can. They won't touch you. I have done that many times when I try to speed run and grab every item in the game. But if not, that's fine. You can just clobber them to death with your soft spear. So, now, the next thing we're going to do, again, if you have... if you've gotten items that you wanted and you want to sell them, you can go back and sell them if you want. It's really no big deal. But this also puts us behind this gate. So if, let's say, you got the Hunter's Chief emblem, and that puts you through that gate over there, all you got to do is come this direction, around through here, and let me get a better spot, around that one alley that we just came through, up the stairs, kill all the dudes, climb the ladder, and boom, you are now behind the gate that was locked. Okay, it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You get a boatload of bullets for doing that as well. And now, let me go. We can kill the dog again. Now, I'm not going to kill anybody because we've already killed everybody over here. Oh, wait, isn't there an item I missed? There is an item. More cold blood. Now, we're going to run back up the steps. Again, I'm not killing anybody. We've already killed all of these dudes. I'm not killing them twice. We're going to run around this dude's attack. These two dudes, I say leave them the hell alone. They are terrifying. They do frenzy damage. They hit awfully hard. They're relatively challenging to kill. So, that's what I say to that. Now, over here, you have a couple of hunters. I don't know if... Yep, you can see one... He's right above my head, and the other one is over there with his sparkly little Tonitrus right above my head. These two guys, honestly, you don't need to kill. I'm just going to tell you that right now. You don't get armor sets from them. That dude drops like 20 bullets. That dude drops bull paper. So if you want to kill him, go for it. But honestly, it's not worth it. These are two NPCs that I just say like, all right, just leave them. Not a big deal. They're not going to do much. in terms of giving you stuff, especially since all that dude loves to do is just shoot his freaking rifle spear. It is so annoying to fight him. But we're going to fall down here, and then we're just going to walk hugging the wall so they don't hear us, because if they hear us, they will come fight us. Once you get past these stones, you're good to go, and you got one bag dude to kill. Now that we are much stronger, it should be a little bit easier. Again, parry the punch. That is the best move to look for. Now with him by the edge, hopefully he stands up and walks to us a little bit more. Now we can visceral again. And boom, since we've upgraded, we don't even need the extra visceral. Now he is dead. Now the reason we're going this way, other than just getting every item, but the reason we're going this way before we fight Vicar Amelia is more twin bloodstone shards. You can see over this direction, the big fatties over there. There's also two other objects that are moving. Again, I'll get closer so you can see it better. But those are those crawly boys that love to, crawl around and run away and then disappear. Think of it like the, what the hell is it called? The Titanite scale dudes in Dark Souls. When they run away, the scurrying beasts, they're gone. You got to reset your game and hope they come back. And that's essentially how it works. But now, we got some fatties to kill. And we got one molly left. Try to save your mollies for the scurrying beasts. I'll show you a pretty easy way that doesn't make you chase them all. But otherwise, you'll have more than enough time to chase them. So it's not that big of a deal if you don't have mollies either way. What? How did I miss? Okay. Main thing with these guys is spacing. If you don't have good spacing, it's going to be really hard to kill them, because their axe just hits such a long way. So if you have pebbles, like I forgot I have pebbles because I never put them on. All you got to do is switch to that, lock on to your dude, and chuck a pebble at his feet. And then he should aggro onto you. You don't want to get much closer than that, because that will trigger those dudes. And again, we're trying to kill them after we kill Big Fatty. Come on, Big Fatty. Come on, Big Fatty. You're almost there. Are you going to attack anytime soon? There we go. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Alright. Now, can you see him yet? Can you see the two scurrying beasts? One's on each side of my head, pretty much. So, here's what we're going to do. What you're going to do is try to molly one of them, and then just chase the other. It's not that big of a deal which one you try to throw it at. I like to do it on this guy. I missed because I suck. That's fine. So, we're going to kill that dude, and then we're going to kill this dude. Now, if your weapon is not upgraded yet, and it takes more hits to kill them, you're going to try to molly the one that comes right to you, and then follow that one. Okay? But most of the time, it doesn't really matter. It's not that big of a deal, so don't worry about it too much. Now, this way is kind of cool. We get to grab lead elixir. It's a good item for PvP. There's nothing in the room. You do not need to go there. That little altar in the middle, we can come back to later in the game. But honestly, I don't really recommend coming back to it. If you want to do everything in order of the game where you're lower leveled and things are a challenge, you are welcome to. I personally don't like it because the area that we're going to get taken to is a poison swamp area. Not my thing. Now, I'm stopping here because I want to remind you those NPCs are up there. You do not need to kill them. If you want to, they are both going to attack you. So I recommend running up above the staircase where we were and then doing a simple exit the game. That way you can reset the area and then go down the stairs and kill him again. Or kill the Tonitrus guy at least. This dude, not worth your time, because he's just going to spray bullets everywhere. There's also a scurrying beast behind those staircase. It just drops bloodstone shards. It is not worth your time. I can't remember. Is there an item up here? No, there's not. That's okay. So we're going to run this way. We are going to go back the way we came. If you want to use a Bold Hunter's Mark, that is perfectly fine, because the only thing left is fighting Vicar Amelia. That is everything in Cathedral Ward that we have just gone to do. This area is just massive, man. It's massive. It's way bigger than I thought it was. It's way bigger than I normally run through. Let's just put it that way. Because again, at the time I'm making this video, I've probably got 2,500 hours into this game. I don't have pretty much anything written down on paper other than the list of items that I need to get the platinums. Like, I don't even have on my list, I don't even have the locations for where they are because I already know where they are. Like, I've platinumed this game and I've done legit platinum runs, not as a speed run, but like see if I can do it in a day, to try to get as far as I can in the game. Oh, this one does a crescent. I didn't know that. That's cool. Do I have any better blood gems? I don't remember. Nope, we switched them already. Okay, so we are starting with +5. I think, based on my leveling, because I'm 30 and 21, I think I will absolutely decimate and demolish, destroy, eviscerate Vicar Amelia. So I'm going to fight Vicar Amelia now. If you want to wait until after we finish the next part of the playthrough, which will be Hemwick Charnel Lane, to kill Vicar Amelia, that is perfectly fine as well, because you will get the rest of your twin bloodstones from Hemwick. But this is the next story boss. Oh, one more thing we forgot to do before we fight Vicar Amelia. We have to go kill an NPC to progress this quest line for a Covenant ruin. So we're going to talk to Eileen. I like facing this direction to make sure no enemies are following me. We're just talking about her, or talking to her. She's just telling us that there's a hunter down in Tomb of Udin, and that he's her mark, and she's going to kill him. So, that NPC that I knocked on the door at, who was like, is there a safe place? And it said, no. You talk to this dude, then he'll say, this is a safe place. Send people here. And then, boom, NPCs will now show up. Alright, so we're heading to the sewers to kill Henrik. He will also drop a pretty useful ruin if you're playing with the parry playstyle like I am. This is definitely going to be a ruin that I will slap on to get all 3 ruin slots filled right away. All it's going to do is give you more... let me put on some fire paper because this dude's kind of tough. But all it will do is going to give you more echoes when you kill somebody with a visceral attack. So, I'm going to go here. Fire paper. R2 into a backstab. You used to be able to chain backstabs, but now he runs away when you do that. So, couple attacks and then get away because he hits really hard. Ow. No! Whoo! I almost died. Wow, dude. You are a beast. Oh, don't hit Eileen. You hit Eileen too much. She then gets mad at you and tries to kill you. Dude, just kill her. Just kill him. Sorry, Eileen. I'm not trying to hit you. You're just in the way. Alright, so we get our air ruin. And now we get to talk to her.
That wasn't necessary of you, but you have my thanks. We made it with our lives. You're not bad at all. You must have killed Gascoigne as well, then.
I did. I'm like the best hunter you've ever seen. I never die. Except for that one time.
I'm sure it had to be done. But try to keep your hands clean. A hunter should hunt beasts. Leave the hunting of hunters to me.
I love that laugh. It's so creepy. Alright, so that is that quest done. I'm going to head back to the dream to replenish my blood vials, bullets, and I have a little bit leveling up that I can do as well. Alright, now that we're back after killing Henrik and completing Eileen's quest, now we don't have to worry about her quest until after we defeat Rom. Honestly, though, I'm probably not going to finish her quest up until I get my Saw Spear to +9 or +10. I'm just being... actually, +9. Because I'm now realizing that there's a different weapon that's a skill weapon that I might be able to use that is super fun and is super cool. I might switch to the Burial Blade for the DLC. So again, these guys I haven't killed. You are welcome to. I don't like fighting them because they have frenzy damage with their sticks. Also, if you have higher insight, like around that 15 insight, their sticks will now have like a black flame on them. And they'll have even more frenzy buildup. Okay, so with Vicar Amelia, to end the episode, I want to give you like a very detailed description of movesets because like there's a chance by this point that depending on how you level things up, she's going to be relatively challenging. Honestly, she's not going to be bad at all. She's going to be super easy, just a walking punching bag. But if you want to know how the boss fights and you're not as high leveled because you're trying to be a little bit hard, make it a little bit harder than me, like your damage is still at 20 skill and your weapon's at +3, you're not going to do nearly the same amount of damage as I am at +5 and 30 skill. So here's what you're going to want to focus on. You want to focus on hitting the front legs of the boss. So the right leg first until it staggers. Then you're going to walk onto the other side, get some stamina back, hit the other leg until it staggers. Then you're going to just try to hit her in the head once or twice. She will visceral attack. And from there, you should already have been taking like at least a third, if not a half of her health bar. And it's kind of just like a rinse and repeat type of deal. Just keep hammering the front legs until she staggers, and then she's dead. If she does not stagger, then you have to learn where to go. And honestly, it's the same for every boss. Smack the booty. The booty smackage is life. Okay? So with us, honestly, it doesn't matter where we hit. We're just going to keep bopping her until she's dead. So just keep that in mind. If you want to make sure you're buffing at the last possible second to get the most out of your timed buffs, what you're going to want to do is go Beast Blood Pellet first, and then Fire Paper as the animation hits right on those second square. Then when you load into the boss, you're going to run to the right side. I like fighting her unlocked. Oh, I didn't do this right. There's the visceral attack. We're going to grab that. Should be around half health. Now we're going to wait for her to put her arms down again. And we staggered her again. And that's your boss fight. No hit. Flawless victory. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Now, the gold pendant. You're going to want to use it right now. Just use it right now, because if you go somewhere else and you don't put that sucker on, you're not going to do nearly as much damage as you would with anything else. So, now you want to inspect. Again, you don't need to watch the cutscene. You are welcome to if you want. I am not. All that does is tell us we have a password now, and when we run to the very bottom of the steps to the Forbidden Woods area, which is where the brain sucker was in Cathedral Ward, the second brain sucker that we saw in Cathedral Ward that guarded our gem, and by the crow, that door is just going to lead us to Forbidden Woods. But in the next episode, we are going to cover Hemwick Charnel Lane. Thank you everybody for watching. I will see y'all in the next part. If you're enjoying the content so far, please leave a like and subscribe. If you have any questions about any items I've missed, or if there's anything you want clarified, by all means, drop a comment below and I will be happy to answer them as soon as possible. So, have a good day everybody, and I will see you in the next part.